Well, it's about time I dismantled this and cleaned it up, got it working on my bench the other side of the workshop. So how is it all going to come apart, and where do we start? Some of them are loose. I'm glad so many bits of it are free. We have screws here. For the gunge. Let's have a look at this end. There's a couple of screws in there. Loose. I'll put the other one. He's loose as well. You can see that's nicely oiled in there. Okay, you're going to want to get a rag to put that on. A bit further each time. There we go. That's out. So somewhere there's probably going to be a grub screw, isn't there, holding that on. And there we are. Is there two? Yep. So there is another one there. And we can see its original paint was green. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Got that soaking. One jaw off. Alright, just a bit of clean up. This is paraffin it's in, which is a highly refined grade of kerosene. Probably something very, very, very similar to what SpaceX puts in its rockets, because that's just refined kerosene. There we are. I think that will do for now. Clean up for this Swindens vise. So I've got most of the gunge and old paint off. And what I'm just doing at the minute is just trying to clean in where these bolts go for holding the jaws on. Yeah, not bad. I might get something just to get in there a bit tighter with. Yeah. But these castings are not very good. I know it's an old thing and it's been dinged around a bit, but some of that is not dings. Some of it may be a bit of catching with a hammer or a grinder at some point, but I'm quite tempted to fill that. That's not caught with a grinder or anything. That's, I don't know, has he been welding on it? Maybe that's what it is. But even when you look at this bit of the casting, it's quite rough in places. That didn't come out very well, did it? I mean, that's not me, anything I've taken off of there, that's just how it was. You can just make out Swindens patent and whatever the number is across the middle. Yeah, I think I'm going to use some filler on these just to tidy them up. So stuff like that, I think I'm going to put some filler in there and dress this. I don't like the shape of that. Do I take a little bit off there and try and even it up? And that goes on there. Or do I add a bit extra in here? because that does overhang a bit there. Maybe I ought to add a bit in there. Now I've got to add some filler, haven't I? Right, applying filler. Yes, this is wood filler, but it'll work just the same. And it seems better to apply it by finger. Not that that bit there did any good. Well, I shall keep at it. Show you what I'm doing. Painting time. Some red oxide metal primer I'm going to use, and for the top coats I'm going to use the same grey I used on my Atlas pillar drill, and perhaps this dark green. So I think I'm going to do the main body the dark green and the two jaws in the grey, and then this piece at the back here I think will be in grey as well, and these two bits, yeah, I think they will perhaps be in grey as well, so that'll be dark green. Alright, paint brushes. That's all the paint that underside's going to get. Like that. I'll paint this side. Now the roughness of these castings I could imagine was only down to the circumstances in which they were cast. Because this has got the date of 1944, it was all for the war effort. And for things like this, just an ordinary bench vise, I don't suppose it was that necessary to have perfect castings. They just needed the bench vices, didn't they, to get the workers working. So that could be a good reason why the castings were so rough. It was just very, very much mass production, get them done. Well, I've just been polishing up, not overly polishing, but just giving a little bit of a shine to things for the Swindens vise. That's the little back plate, the retaining ring, that's the clamping nut, and some of the screws. So I don't want to polish things up and take away the sort of dings and the character of it. I wanted to show some of its history, even though I've done a lot of filling on some of the castings, but yeah. So I've only got a few bits left to do, just a few screws and nuts, and we'll get them done. A little bit of auto salt. Only doing the heads. Right, shall we put it back together? Pot of grease. I think that should do for now. That's got the arrow, so that's the back. Turn it around. There's going to be a bit of clean up and touch up of paint on this when we're done putting it together. Right. Retaining ring. I don't know how well you're going to see this. There are 2 arrows, one on there and one on here, so they've got to line up. And we want some little screws on each side. That's that. Mucky hands all over it. Right. This bit next. reckon you could see that okay. I'll put this in. I'm wondering if I should have painted this little bit that dark green, but nah, it's getting too silly, isn't it? That's not the right one. There are two of these screws that are for the plate that goes on the back there, and if you see, the side of it's been skinned down. It's just the way it fits. Okay, right, so these two screws, and they go back here. Now, do we put the dinged bits there, or do we put the nice? We might put them that way around if they'll go. They will by the looks of it. That's one of the old screws. Oh, so far so good. Right, let's turn it. Now these ones don't seem to have too many marks on. Okay, let's put that in as a last. That, I've got a bit of chain that I'm going to figure out how it goes on. It's supposed to clip onto the bottom of that and then in there. But first I need to sort these screws out, don't I? Time to fit the vise to the bench. I've got an assortment of bolts here, so we'll see how we get on. I've drilled the holes already, just so it makes it less boring. I don't know whether these, no, they're not long enough. Well, that particular one isn't. What about that one? That's long enough. And then I've got that one that should be going through there, yes. And that one's going to go through there. I like that. What a great addition for the workshop. Ta-ta for now.